one hell of a campaign based on crime. No surprise, because they realized that crime was the biggest issue. Biggest issue. So they could have ignored everything else and concentrated on crime, and they did. You saw the ads on TV, you saw the graphs, you saw the whatever it is, and the only response coming from the Labour Party was, well, tell us what you're going to do. Nah. Tell us what you're going to do. That, and to say police stations were built, and all it amounted to was a lot of money was spent and the crime remained overwhelming. I thought the Labour Party response to crime was pathetic. Meanwhile, the United West Party just kept on and on and on, crime, scaring the hell out of people. And it didn't help a couple of murders during the campaign either. Number 9, Kenny Anthony's response to IPA. We've been there already. And number 10, the published poll of a Labour victory, 14-3. I just want to do a couple of minutes on that. You know, my information, fairly reliable information, was that the people who put out that poll from Jamaica had a great reputation for being spot on until this. In Jamaica, I'm told, their reputation is now in tatters. They're under heavy attack because of this St. Lucia result, predicting 14-3. And what they're saying is, if only to certain people, I don't know if that's going to be in the papers, was that 4 polls were conducted for the Labour Party. But they were not encouraging polls, and the Labour Party did not want them published. And finally, what you saw was a put together hurriedly for purposes of election that you got there. But it worked terribly against the Labour Party. Because if there is one thing St. Lucians were determined not to have, is Kenny Anthony back in office with no opposition. And that is worthy of some discussion, because all over the country, you notice how there's an election, a victory, and you would never know. People who came into this country the day after the election would never know there was an election. Now think of the election in 1997, how many days of celebration, and I can't remember the 2001, that one is almost forgettable, I don't want to remember it. But I'm sure there was celebration. There's nothing going on. You wouldn't know there's been an election. You wouldn't even know that. Because I really believe people were shocked by the result. I think so many people, and I have a lot of evidence of that, I'm just not going through that for you. Trust me. People who decided they were going to vote for an opposition. In fact, let's get to my poll thing. That goes my poll thing. Oh, Junior just says, I got to take a break. So we'll be back. Welcome back, Talk City. We're doing a personal analysis of the disaster. Personal. And I was close to both camps, by the way. About October, we had a new website, and I put down some questions. Now, it was not possible for people using it to see the answers or to see what all they saw was the question, and they voted. And the question, they related to elections. What party will you vote for at the next elections? By November 20th, the figures were showing 62% of those who hit, 62% said they would vote for UWP, 38% said they would vote for SLP. Asked also, what do you think of the Richard Frederick walkout that was during the Labour Code? 45% agreed with the walkout, 29% disagreed, 26% didn't care. How would you rate the PM's handling of the Labour Code? Wait for it. Excellent, good, average, fair, poor. Excellent, 13%, 1-3. Good, 11%. Average, 12%. Fair, 12%. Poor, 51%. Question: has Kenny abandoned Lucian Malay ways? 71% said yes.